What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today we're talking about something a little bit different since we've basically seen every character that's going to be in the game at launch. I want to talk about something different, some DLC things, mainly costumes, and which costumes we will more than likely see in the top 10 that I hope we get in this game. And I'm only basing this list off of the characters that are playable at launch, not ones that could be DLC down the road. I am going to make a video about that though, but I wanted to make this video basically to see what everyone else thinks, and these are my top 10 that I really hope they decide to put in this game that I think would make the game a lot more enjoyable. I want to have as much customization, way to make these characters the way I want them as much as I can. So anyways, guys, we're going to start. Here we go. My number one costume that I really hope that they put in here is for Wolverine at number one, and that is the Weapon X outfit. I recently saw this statue that someone got, and I believe it was from Iron Studios, and it was amazing. And the Weapon X costume essentially that they have put on it looks fantastic. They actually have a Marvel Legends series toy that has the same one, but not as, obviously it's not covered in blood like the statue. But I think this is a really cool look. It's a very raw look, and it differs a lot from what you see in the comics as far as his costumes go. Between this one and X-Force, I think these are probably his two best ones, or at least my personal favorites. Number two, guys, is going to be Deadpool. And speaking of X-Force, it's the Deadpool X-Force uniform. Something about that black, gray, whitish color is just really cool, especially on him. I recently saw a little statue they had at Spencer's, and I almost bought it, but it looked kind of cheap, so I went ahead. It was only about 35 bucks, but I really like this look. There's a lot of characters that have a really cool, like X-23, her X-Force costume is really cool too, and she's a character that I would hope they put in the game as well, or maybe use her as another variant of like Wolverine or something, however they want to do it. But Deadpool X-Force, that is my number two. Number three, this one is awesome, and it kind of fits the theme that I was talking about with the X-Force, since the Magneto, the Marvel Now, and they have a black gray version and a white and black version, and this style is just a big change of pace from what you see with the typical red and purple look. And it's got the sleeveless look. It just looks more powerful, more, I don't know, something about him not wearing the tights, the underpants kind of thing. I really like his classic look, but I think this look right here, it's just got that vibe to it, that dark vibe. I love it. Really hope that one ends up in the game. Number four, I had a tough time choosing between this one and his other one, Hawkeye with the Ronin outfit that you see in the comics and also recently in the MCU. I really like that outfit. I was having a toss up between that and his classic costume, because I really like that classic costume with the Hawk mask essentially. But I really like this one. It's got that sleek, that ninja style, and it's got a sword and ninja stars, so it's awesome. Number five, guys. Number five, again, I had to choose between two awesome outfits, and this one, number five, is Thor with his Infinity War costume. You also see him wearing it in game, but of course it's a little stretched out. I had a tough time choosing between that and his Ragnarok look, but ultimately I went with this one because it's got Stormbreaker, and that entrance whenever he lands in Wakanda is just fantastic, man. And that costume that he has in that movie with Stormbreaker is absolutely amazing. I love it. I would love to see that in this. And most of these guys you will see are partially from the MCU, and a lot of people would prefer to stick with comic costumes, but the MCU did a really great job with a lot of these costumes, guys, and I think it would be awesome to have some of these in the game. Be able to use Stormbreaker, especially the MCU version Stormbreaker, would be pretty cool. Number six, This is an amazing costume. It's Storm in the Astonishing X-Men costume. When I played Marvel Heroes before they shut it down, I had this costume. It looks fantastic. It's got a very cool, a very different look than what we're used to. And with the long white hair that she has with this costume, it's perfect. I love this costume. The blue and the white, it all goes together really well. It's a great costume. I don't know if they will, because it is Nintendo and this one does show a little more skin than what they probably want to. So, but there are other variations that are similar to the Astonishing X-Men Storm costume that they could do, but ultimately I love this one. I would like to see this one again, or just bring back Marvel Heroes so I can play with my other one. Moving on, guys, number 7, and that's Gladiator Hulk from Thor Ragnarok. There's a lot of Hulks that are really cool looking, but this one, with the helmet and the armor and dual wielding with the hammer and I believe the axe, it's just an awesome look. It's something that I think would be cool, but again, it's something that I don't know if they would do, because it does have that, I don't know, I feel like Nintendo wants to stick to a more PG style look, and this one kind of doesn't, depending on, I don't know. I really like this one. I would like to see this one. There's, again, a lot of costumes that I really hope they decide to put out. I hope they don't go light on the DLC like they did with the first 2 games. Again, this isn't the same group. This was also like, what, 10 years ago? So it's been a long time. I think they will put out a lot of DLC. Moving on, guys, number 8. Probably not a popular pick, but Captain Marvel and the Endgame uniform. Now, you don't see it very well in the movie. So again, for a lot of these guys, I've been using pictures, but also using video from Marvel Future Fight, the mobile game. The Captain Marvel in-game outfit on there looks fantastic. The short hair and the darker color with the little sash around her waist looks really cool. It's got a different look than that bright red with the gold look that she has in Captain Marvel, and different than the classic look. It's not as bright and colorful as her classic short-haired look that she starts with in the game. Coming in at number 9, Black Widow, and she has a lot of variations that I think are really cool, and they went with what looks more kind of like the Age of Ultron look. I believe it's the Age of Ultron look, but I really like her look in Endgame with the red hair with the blonde in it and the braid. That looks really cool. Or even the short hair Infinity War look with the blonde. That was a cool look. I think she's got a lot of variations that are really cool, but I really like the Endgame look. I think it'd be something to be nice to see in the game. Again, something that would be fantastic, but any of these variations would be awesome. Number 10 is Venom anti-Venom costume. This is one that was in Ultimate Alliance 2, I believe. Yeah, Ultimate Alliance 2. And I would love to see this one brought back. There are other variations of Venom that they could do. Again, there's other variations with all these characters, but the anti-Venom is such a cool look. Instead of, it basically just replaces the black with white and the white with black, and it's a much cooler look. I really like that. I would like to see him with that in the game, because I do believe he becomes playable later on in the game, even though he is a boss early on. And guys, I'm just gonna throw a bonus one in there, and my bonus one is Spider-Man. And it was hard to choose because Spider-Man has a ridiculous amount of costumes, and most of them are really cool, between the stealth suit, the noir. I went with the Spider-Man 2099, the white suit. And I think that one has a really cool look. The Iron Spider is really cool, and he has so many cool outfits that you could really just put in, 2 or 3 of those, and I would be happy. In the Spider-Man game, they gave you so many, and I think it's really cool that they did that, but again, I don't think they'll give him near as many as they did in that game, because that game was specifically centered around Spider-Man. But I would like to see the 2099 white suit Spider-Man, or even, you know, the Iron Spider, whichever. Anyways, guys, that's my list right there, my top 10 with a bonus right there with Spider-Man. What do you think of my list? Do you like my list, or are there some suits or costumes that you would like to see them add in this game as DLC further down the line that I didn't mention? Anyways, let me know in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe, and thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video.